Hey, what's good, guys? It's your boy G Marcus TV back with a brand new video. Happy New Year. This is the first video of the year. And Queens came back January 4th. I'm like, damn, I didn't even know that. You know what I'm saying? I was just on YouTube about to go to bed, and then I just seen a whole bunch of freaking reviews. I'm like, what? So let's get straight to it. Of course, as you guys know, I'll be doing an episode review on Queens episode 9, and this one is entitled Bars. Now, this is a review and a recap. I'm breaking down the episode and how it went down, so let's just get straight to it. So it starts off at the funeral. So they're at Bree's gravesite, and of course, she is dead from the gunshot wound from Jill's ex-husband, the fake Barack Obama. She's dead. They're at the graveside. It's a little sad scene. It's just the girls and Eric. They're just there. They're just like, damn, like she's really gone. They ended up saying, no, they really can't tour without Bree. So they ended up going their separate ways. Like, yo, we can't do this anymore. It doesn't feel right without Bree. So 3 months go by. So Eric, Naomi, and their daughter, they moved into Bree's old house. And Eric wants to know, like, yo, what's going on with him and Naomi? So she basically tells him that, yo, we're just roommates. We're just supporting our daughter. She doesn't really seem interested in the dude, which I'm like, damn. Valeria, she's just on some like real, like I'm taking my pen game serious now. So she's rapping, and she's rapping a lot about the lessons that she learned in life. She's just in the studio kicking it with the producer. So the producer's barely talking to her. So eventually he hits on her. He says, hey, you know, he wants to take her out. Like, he shot the shot. They went out to eat, and boy, was he touchy, was he grabby. So Naomi and Muffin, they're out and about. They loading groceries into the car. Next thing you know, they run into Lady Z, aka Remy Ma, who is a brand new person on the show. So she's working at the grocery store. She used to be a rapper. They had like a little feud, her and Naomi, and now she's just bagging groceries. So back to Valeria. So she's on the date with the dude, and they're just kicking it, and they just basically talking about how, you know, they want kids, they want to find the right person. That's how they just basically talking. The next thing you know, they kiss each other, and then they end up in a freaking chapel. She marries dude on the first date. I'm like, what the hell? Like, the first date? Nah. So Jill has a whole bunch of nightmares from the incident. Out of everybody, she feels the worst out of everybody. So she's just having constant nightmares about it. So her assistant comes in the room once she wakes up and puts a picture down of the girls together, all four of them. And for some reason, she's just not really feeling the picture. She's like, this is not the right time. So back at the crib, Eric and Naomi, they talk about what went down, like how she ran into Lady Z. He's just basically saying she should have some empathy because Lady Z was in the music business. Now she's doing groceries. So Eric is just like, yo, have some empathy for her because you don't know what she's going through. You don't know what the situation is. So JoJo, which is Eric and Naomi's daughter, ends up showing Lil Muffin a diss track from this new girl called Cash Mermaid. So the girl is firing some crazy shots at Lil Muffin. Lil Muffin didn't seem like she really gave a shit. So Naomi ends up seeing Lady Z again, and they talk for a little bit. They just talk about differences they had in the past, and it was just like, yo, you know, like, let's do a song together. You know, you was always hot, let's do a song together. But she was not with it. Lady Z was just like, yo, like, I'm not really into this. Like, I'm out the music business. I work at groceries. She was just like a proud person to work at the grocery store. So Valeria shows up, and she announces that she's married to all the girls. So they just looking at her like crazy, like, yo, didn't you just get into a situation with somebody pretending to be your mom? But they are not with it. But for some reason, Muffin is actually excited for her. So Lady Z and Naomi, they go inside the studio, and Lady Z is just freestyling the top of the head, recording the song. But the thing I liked about it, she was doing the verses, and Naomi, she's just on the hook, singing the hook, and the song turned out to be good. It was a really good song. Naomi's just like, yo, let's just like put this out the next day. Let's master it. Let's do what we gotta do. But Lady Z was not with it. She's just like, yo, I basically just did this for fun. So what they did was they ended up going to get some drinks and talking some more. She wasn't really with the shit. So Muffin gets a call from the Cash Mermaid girl, and was just like, yo, I'm sorry. Let's have it sit down and let's talk about my career. Like, you know, I would like some advice. But Valeria and the new guy, his name is Thomas, they sit down, they're just talking about the future, honeymoon destination, and he was just talking about her family and stuff like that. So she basically wanted to lie about what's really going on in her family, because of course, you know, her family, she didn't really have like a good family structure. So she kind of did not really want to tell him about it. So after that, she kind of felt like, okay, maybe we should divorce. I'm just like, damn, like already? So as Naomi and Lil Z is going out for drinks and they chilling, she tells her like, yo, I'm not really with the industry, because she ended up beating up this guy named Frank Black that actually sexually assaulted her. So she got pushed out of the game, blackballed and all that. So it cuts back to Jill. Jill buys drugs. So she is trying to go back to drugs. That's how depressed and that's how fucked up she is. So after Naomi found out that Lil Z was blackballed, she asked Eric if he could make some calls to get her back in the game. So he said that he will see what he could do. So Muffin goes to a restaurant to go see the girl Cash Mermaid, talk about her career, but the girl, when she gets there, ends up pushing Muffin. Starts talking a whole bunch of shit while it's being recorded. So basically the meeting was to get clout. She was really talking like, oh, she's weak, she's washed up, this and that. And Lil Muffin is just not really responding. Now Jill, she's in the car riding, she's thinking about what's going on, like how Breanna got killed, and she just has the drugs in her hand, but she does not use the drugs. So she gets pulled over by the cops. So she threw it out the window before the cops actually pulled her over. So the cop was just gonna give her a ticket, basically saying, all right, well, your registration is expired, so you gotta get that changed. So she was like, okay, no problem. The next cop found the drugs on the floor. You know what happened? They took her down. So of course she does what she should have did in the first place. She calls her friends to bail her out. So they just couldn't believe it. Like, you're back on that shit again? Like, really? And she's just like, yo, she's just depressed. She was just going through it. So they was just like, yo, you could have called us. Jojo, he goes to Lil Muffin and brings her the video where they recorded her in the restaurant. She calls her the N-word. So when she calls her the N-word, for some reason that triggered Muffin. So it triggered her and it got her back into the studio, and she bodied little girl, gave her the clout that she wanted. So Muffin comes in and said that she's not gonna go to jail, that she got the charges dropped. So she got a couple of favors done, plus they don't want it to be a situation where it's like, okay, well, we just arrested the girl that just lost her best friend, and it's a Christian rapper. Like, you don't really want to go through that. Like, you don't really have enough proof that that's her drugs, and plus she has connections with some of the people, so she was able to get those charges dropped. That's a good friend right there. All the girls had a meeting together and Eric was there, so Eric was just like, he cannot get anyone to sign Lil Z. Like, she's basically blackballed. So they're just talking and they just realize that, yeah, the industry does not look out for girls. So then they realize we could do a record label together where we're looking out for the females in the industry. We could sign our own artists and Lil Z could be that first artist. So they decided to call the record label, of course, Nasty. So they end up signing Lil Z. So they toast, they vibe together, and what do? They make a phone call. Now this is the part where I just don't understand it. So they make the phone call, and who the phone call is? To Breanna. So I'm like, what the what? Breanna's dead. So it turns out that Breanna is in Costa Rica living her best life with the children. So I'm like, this is some Tupac type of shit. So you guys made it to the end of the video. That was the episode. I would say it's a good episode. It's a good comeback. I'm happy that they came back and they came back strong. Remy Ma's acting, because I know who Remy Ma is, I gotta get used to it, but let's see what happens. But her acting was good. She played her part. It was a good episode. I give this episode 1 out of 10. I'd probably give this episode an 8.5. It was definitely a good episode. Definitely comment down below. Tell me if you guys seen the episode. And if you did not see the episode, tell me what was interesting in the video. Let me know what's up. Of course, you guys know I'm dropping every single week, and I got some good coming for y'all in February, so definitely look out for that. It's your boy G Marcus TV. Thank you guys for watching me. Thank you guys for supporting me. Happy New Year. It's your boy signing off.
Got it. That's a wrap.